We've got a lot to go over in today's video. I want to remind you guys that details on Persona 5 The Royal and Persona 5S are coming very soon, later this week in fact, and you'll know exactly what P5R is very soon, so that's very exciting. Also, I want to take a look at two new games coming to the PlayStation 4, as well as a digital-only title getting a physical release thanks to limited run games. It's a game that I'm a big fan of, so I definitely want to give a mention to that. Also, we've got a little bit of an update on Cyberpunk 2077 and the fact that the game is quite different today from what was shown last year. That was coming straight from the Quest director, so more on that at the end of this video. First up, just want to give you guys a reminder that Atlus will live stream its Persona Super Live P Sound Street 2019 Welcome to Number Q Theater concert on April 24th and April 25th. Nico Premium members will be able to watch the whole concert, but that's probably not what you guys are worried about. What you guys are worried about is information on Persona 5S as well as Persona 5R, and Atlus is expected to announce the latest information on Persona 5 The Royal as well as Persona 5S. The P5R information will be coming April 24th, and then P5S information will be coming April 25th. Now, there were rumors coming around from Gear Nuke. They got an exclusive report noting that Persona 5 The Royal is set to be an enhanced version of the original game with new content, including a very lengthy new epilogue, new characters integral to the story, including the girl seen in the previous trailer. There will be a female MC who is not the girl from the trailer, new personas and social links. The source claimed the game will have a ton of new content, that it'll be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and Atlus wanted a simultaneous worldwide release, but that won't be possible due to the sheer amount of new content. Persona 5S is said to be a Switch port of Persona 5, however, it will not include the content that comes with Persona 5 The Royal. That will be PlayStation 4 exclusive content, which is a little bit of a bummer, but P5S being on the Nintendo Switch makes a lot of sense considering Joker just made his way into Smash, so an announcement for Persona 5 on the Nintendo Switch imminently is something that makes a ton of sense. And there is also rumblings that a Persona 5 fighting game is in the works, so we'll wait and see on that, but we should be getting information on P5R as well as P5S very soon. Persona 5 The Royal on April 24th, and then P5S probably a Switch port on April 25th. Next up, I want to highlight a couple of interesting games coming to the PlayStation 4. First of all, we have Shakedown Hawaii. That's coming to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita on May 7th. Yes, games are still coming to the PlayStation Vita, but nonetheless, Shakedown Hawaii is a 16-bit open world title that looks absolutely awesome. I love the old school presentation style, really harkens back to, say, a Super Nintendo game, and it looks great. Shakedown Hawaii is said to be a sandbox for you to play in however you choose. There are missions, side quests, mini games, arcade challenges, shops to shake down, and of course, businesses to acquire. Businesses and buildings unlocked through several means, some through the story mode, some through shaking down shops for protection money, and some simply by leveling your status. There are over 80 shops to shake down, and they can be completed in any order, adding to the open world experience. With each successful shakedown, you'll not only earn some Baka change, but can also unlock the entire building for purchase. Game's definitely got a retro flavor to it, something similar to Retro City Rampage, and this looks pretty cool. You can get a physical copy of the game as well. And again, Shakedown Hawaii will be available digitally on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Yes, the PlayStation Vita isn't ready to go out quietly just yet. It'll be dropping May 7th for just $19.99, and it is a cross-buy title, and it supports cross-save and PlayStation TV, so they really went all out in adding a feature set to the game. I know a lot of you guys don't have a PlayStation Vita, but nonetheless, $19.99 for a PS4 version and PS Vita version of the game, hey, that's something I can definitely get behind. And for those of you that dig your open world games, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with Shakedown Hawaii. Also coming to the PlayStation 4 is Puyo Puyo Esports. It's coming to the West as Puyo Puyo Champions, and Puyo Puyo has been around for a very long time, but now it's coming to the PS4 on May 7th as well for $9.99. This was announced by Sega, and here's an overview from Sega themselves. It's easy to learn, tough to master, jump straight into fast-paced puzzle action with features fit for both friendly rivals and competitive tournaments. In Puyo Puyo Champions, challenge your friends and family in local multiplayer or compete against players from around the world through online matchmaking. Built for all ages, the classic puzzle game comes with a surprisingly competitive edge. The preferred way to play, with a strong focus on global online competitive multiplayer, Puyo Puyo Champions is based on the fan-favorite rule set of Puyo Puyo 2 and Puyo Puyo Fever. This includes popular Fever mode, where you crush your opponents with ready-made chains. There's also a tournament mode. You can duke it out for bragging rights in a brand new 8-player tournament mode that lets you scratch the competitive itch locally with friends and family. Improved replay system, pull off a devastating chain combo. Alongside auto-saved replays, Battle History provides a visual timeline of the biggest moments of a game with timestamps, so you never have to worry about missing a thing. And the game will have dual audio, considering this is a Japanese-centric game. That's definitely awesome. Players have the option to enjoy Puyo Puyo Champions with the original Japanese voice acting and either English, French, German, or Spanish text. A trailer for the game did drop drop, and the game itself will be releasing May 7th for just $9.99, so that's pretty good. And lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up that Lumines will be getting a physical release on the PlayStation 4. Now, if you guys don't know, Lumines was a game that was released on the PlayStation Portable. It's this music rhythm puzzle game. It's got some awesome presentation, was released on the PlayStation 4 digitally, kind of quietly, not a lot of people heard about it. But now Lumines Remastered will be getting a physical release, and it'll be dropping through limited run games for $30. They noted on Twitter, quote, "We're so happy to announce that Lumines Remastered gets a physical limited run this Friday, April 26th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on limitedrungames.com. Standard editions will be available as an open pre-order for 2 weeks, closing on May 10th. They also noted the acclaimed Lumines soundtrack gets a limited run on vinyl this Friday, April 26th. This double LP set is limited to just 1,000 copies available worldwide and will be available in 2 batches at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Limited Run Games. There's only 1,000 of these, and they're going for $35 a pop, so if you're looking for something that's going to be worth a value, this is probably going to be it. There will also be a deluxe edition that will be released this Friday, April 26th at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Complete with a copy of the game and a color variant of the soundtrack on vinyl. These editions will be ready to ship immediately following the sale, and if you're a super fan, there will be an Ultimate Block Rocket edition, which includes the game, soundtrack on vinyl, certificate of authenticity signed, and more, all in a light-up box complete with sound. Again, all of that will be dropping April 26th. That's this coming Friday. Limited run games titles tend to go pretty fast, so if you're interested in this, probably set an alarm for April 26th and pick it up ASAP, especially if you're looking to get the vinyl or if you're looking to get one of the special editions. By the way, with the highest end edition, only 1,000 units of that will be available, so get it ASAP. It is $140, so a little bit steep, but nonetheless, I did want to give that a mention. And lastly, I do want to take a look at some interesting news about Cyberpunk 2077. It is noted that the game is quite different today from what was shown last year. That's coming directly from the quest director, and remember that last year we got a sizable amount of gameplay, so the fact that it is a little bit different than what was shown last year does say a lot. Speaking with Area Juanez, quest director Mateus Tamazaquias stated that the game is pretty different from what was shown last year due to the fact that the team didn't have a clear picture on how everything fits into an open world. There are many things that haven't been shown yet, as well as many things that are still being worked on. I really wanted to say that statement because while that indicates that the game is different than what was initially showed last year, that also to me means that this game is still a ways away, considering that they're still working on elements of the game. They still have stuff to show, so that's a little bit of a disappointment to me. I thought for a bit that maybe Cyberpunk 2077 would be released in 2019, and I don't completely rule that out, just based on the fact that some of the evidence we have really does point to a 2019 release being possible. Do bear in mind that CD Projekt Red is working on another AAA RPG alongside Cyberpunk 2077, and that is scheduled for a release before the end of 2021. So if you think about it, if Cyberpunk 2077 is released in 2020 and not 2019, does CD Projekt Red want to follow up the release of Cyberpunk 2077 a year later with another big budget RPG? That is just not typically what CD Projekt Red does. They could do it this time around. Who knows, maybe they want to get more consistent in their game releases. I would be all for that, although they do take a long time developing their games because of the immense quality, but nonetheless, wanted to bring that information to you guys and let you digest it your own way. But to me, that does spell out that the game might not be released in 2019. I think a lot of gamers were already at the thought process of thinking that Cyberpunk 2077 is a 2020 game. That begs the question, is it going to be transitioned to a PlayStation 5 title? Maybe a cross-gen title? Still a lot of uncertainty surrounding this game, but a lot of that uncertainty should be cleared up come E3, as Cyberpunk 2077 will have a big presence there. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Persona 5 is getting some major news very soon. New information on Persona 5 The Royal and Persona 5S with the reveals on April 24th and 25th. We should know exactly what these games are. We know that Persona 5 The Royal is gonna come to the PlayStation 4. A lot of speculation on what it could be, but we'll know for sure very, very soon. Shakedown Hawaii is a game coming to the PS4 May 7th. It looks pretty interesting. $19.99, a 16-bit open-world adventure. Puyo Puyo Champions is also headed to the PlayStation 4 on May 7th. Limited Run Games is bringing Lumines Remastered this Friday, April 26th. You can check that out. And Cyberpunk 2077 is a bit different today from what was shown last year. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.